What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Triple Threat Talk. I'm your host, Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and welcome back to another episode.
Very special episode for everyone here today. Draft night, round one, literally in 33 minutes from now, even though in reality the Cooper flag will be drafted with the first pick in probably like 45 minutes, knowing how TV is. But sorry for the delayed episode. I know Jonah was traveling and then also just with work, just couldn't really record, but we got some time on draft night. I mean,
it's no better night to do it.
No better night. I mean, this is like, I think the epitome. Like you could say like the first trade that happened was probably the kicker into the off season.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd really say the draft is like the culture point of like, all right, we are now rebuilding. Teams are rebuilding. Teams are restructuring. Teams are refocusing their identity.
I don't remember there being this many trades prior to the draft.
I feel
like we just saw the finals end literally on Sunday, and now it's Wednesday. The draft starting. We've seen a ton of trades. I feel like everything's happening so quick and so close together.
I agree. I think a lot of it is just because of the finals going 7.
Yeah,
because it's like if you think about it, like 2 finals games is really 5 days, 6 days in a week, because obviously they're gonna try and extend it as much as possible. And it's like the Celtics finished in 5, 6-1-7, like. June 17th of last year was the parade. Like literally the Boston area code was the parade. And it's like you had 5 extra days. That's when the finals ended this year.
Yeah. I think this is the first game 7 since the Warriors Cavs.
Yeah, it is.
So been a while.
Because 17-18 Warriors just demolished. 19 Raptors 1-6. Lakers 1-6, 20. 21 Bucks 1-6, 22 Warriors 1-6, 23 Nuggets 1-5, Celtics 1-5 and 4, and then Thunder 1-7. I mean, we just might as well just dive into that right away. Like,
yeah,
let's get this out of the way. Congratulations to the Thunder. Like, and I don't want that to sound like that is a negative connotation, because here's the thing: as much as people are going to say, "Oh, doesn't deserve it, asterisk this, asterisk that," it doesn't matter. Injuries are going to happen. It's an unfortunate part of the game. Were they an incredibly impressive team from the jump? Yes. They literally won their first game by blowing out Denver, and everybody was like, whoa, in Denver. And then you win 68 games. You don't do that by being a fluke team.
Yeah.
Now is Jonah and I going to sit up here and try and defend SGA as a play style? No. Because that is not our MVP. He is right here. Shout out Jokic. But in reality, I think a lot of my hate towards the Thunder isn't so much SGA. I think at times it's his play style, for sure. But I think majority of it is just the way the fans handle SGA. I don't have an issue with SGA being the second ranked best player in the NBA or however high you have him. My issue is more so with the people saying he's completed basketball, he is a top 5 point guard of all time now, he's this, he's that. I don't have an issue if you want to say, I think SGA will be a top 5 point guard of all time when he retires, because I don't think anybody's going to debate that. If he continues to if he has 10 All-NBA first team seasons, another MVP, hell, another championship, yeah, he's going to be top 5 all time. But the guy is 26.
Yeah.
He has had 2 incredibly good seasons under his belt now. I know in 2023 he had his first, I think he made an All-NBA team or first team that year. And sure, like incredible, but really it was these last 2 seasons. If he continues it for 10 more years, no doubt about it, he's going to be in the top 5 conversation. But it's the aspect of like, what I'm hearing from that fan, or from a fan saying that, is basically just saying, I could care less what has happened for the past 50, 60, 75, literally almost, we're approaching 80 years of the NBA. What you are doing is just disrespecting every other point guard that came before him. Right now, he's not even the greatest Canadian point guard of all time, but he will be. He will be. Why is he not? Because if you want to talk about what signifying a player as the greatest of all time, sure, rings are going to be a part of that, but I think like we have now, entered the almost like abolish ring culture phase of like NBA fans. So it's like, if you want to have ring culture, sure. Like, I don't really care. But like, Steve Nash winning 2 MVPs as the guy that he is and the way he played, that is way more impressive than SGA's MVP in my opinion. But the respect is very deserved. J-Dub played his ass off this series, really shut up the haters, especially kind of me at certain points, in terms of like, especially some of the performances, like the 40-point game 5, that was ridiculous.
Crazy.
Chet in game 7 was fantastic. He was non-existent basically for half of the series, except for maybe game 3. But except offensively speaking, defensively he was great. But tied Kevin Garnett's NBA Finals record of most blocks in a game 5, or in game 7 with 5, I think. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And like Caruso, Cason Wallace was the game 7 hero of the day with the amount of jump shots he was knocking down. It really is just like, this was a complete team. And the credit absolutely goes to them. But we are talking about arguably, not even arguably. We're talking about possibly the biggest what if in NBA history now.
Yeah.
If Tyrese Haliburton does not get hurt in game 7, I think the Pacers win. I understand there's the perspective of what if he cools down. I understand that. But we're talking about a guy who has hit 4 straight series of game-winning shots, or game-tying, or game-clinching, whatever it is. Sure, you can hope he's going to cool down. Guess what every other fan was saying when he shot the ball at the last second against their team? Oh, it won't happen to us this time. Well, guess what? Bucks fans had to remind Cavs fans, and then Bucks and Cavs fans were reminding Knicks fans, and then Bucks, Cavs, and Knicks fans were reminding Thunder fans. And then everybody saw it, and then everybody realized, wow, he really is that guy. What was the issue of the entire first couple of games? He couldn't find the spacing. He couldn't get comfortable into his shot, because as much as I love Tyrese Haliburton, my one issue is the speed of his shot. He has to load into it. He has to set it up. But once he does, it's pure. And we saw him have the time. And he went 3 of 4 from 3. In 7 minutes?
And he was trash talking. He was going to have a game.
Oh my God. The truest dichotomy of the spectrum of what it means to be peaking at life and to hit your low. He is literally yelling at the number 1 seed in the NBA, the entire crowd. He is saying 3 words that I'm not going to repeat, and one of them I definitely can't repeat. But he is literally saying, this is mine. This is mine. And there is nothing you guys can do to take away from it. And God said, not on my watch.
Dude, it was heartbreaking. This is the 3rd Achilles tear in this NBA.
All of them wear the number 0.
Yeah, Dame, Tatum, and now Haliburton. Obviously, I feel like the Tatum one hurt the most, but Haliburton was
for
right
us, absolutely. But like, in a moment, there's no worse pain that I can feel than any single person what a Pacers fan experienced. And I'm so sorry that had to happen.
Game 7, he's cooking, chance to win a ring, and he does that. They still gave up a good fight in the first half, but it was just too much in the end. Also, I'm just looking at the stat line. SGA 8 for 27. It's pretty bad.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. Do you want to hear the craziest stat though?
Yeah.
The Indiana Pacers this year had 3 players that tore their Achilles. Do you want to know how many players in the Western Conference alone tore their Achilles?
I'm gonna go with 0 or 1.
1.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Who was it? Kyrie. He tore his Achilles?
I don't know. It might have been
an
ACL.
It was ACL. Yeah.
I saw the list. But like 3 players on the same team in the same season, and then an entire conference doesn't have 1 or has 1.
Yeah. But and let alone we had 3 in the playoffs.
Like, I want to look it up. Like,
is this a gambling podcast? Because
you can
Cubs game's about to start, and I kind of want to rip a little Cubs money line.
Seiya Suzuki anytime home run.
Lock it in.
Thank you. Where is it? Okay. DeJounte Murray, I think, was the only one. Yeah. Okay, ready? Jason Tatum, torn right Achilles tendon. Damian Lillard, torn left Achilles tendon. Kyrie Irving, torn left ACL. DeJounte Murray, torn right Achilles tendon.
Where is Murray these days?
New Orleans. It was him for Dyson Daniels, basically, with the Pelicans and the Hawks.
Yeah, forgot about that one.
Isaiah Jackson, torn right Achilles tendon. DeAnthony Melton, torn left ACL. Grant Williams, torn ACL with meniscus damage. Mo Wagner, torn left ACL. Drew Smith, ruptured left Achilles tendon.
So many leg injuries, Achilles and knee. They need to I think we've already talked about this, but they need to cut down the amount of games that they're playing. No more back-to-backs.
It won't
It's
happen,
too many
though.
games.
It just won't happen, unfortunately.
It sucks, but it is too many.
And I don't think it's a player thing. It's purely a money thing.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they have
100%.
those contracts now is because they basically say I can play 82 games. But the tough part is, it's when you get down to these final like 20 to 30 games that you really have to grind for.
Would it really? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but man, that hurts. Like, that's just such a tragic ending. And like, it would have been fine if it was like the Thunder just blew them out, but they didn't. Like, the Thunder were like bad. They weren't that good.
Yeah. Well, think about this. I mean, they went to two game sevens in this playoff run, and people are calling out like, yes, they were a good team, and people were calling them so dominant. But Nuggets took them 7, Indy took them 7. Talk about just a dominant finals run. Look at the Celtics, lost 3 games.
3 games, went on a 10-game win streak.
Yeah,
in the
playoffs. And they lost 3 games in the whole playoffs. It's just crazy.
The reason I truly think the reason is because nobody was like a truce. Like, nobody's going to remember, like nobody in 20 years from now, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, 2022 Steph Curry was an unreal playoff run. 2023 Nikola Jokic was an unreal playoff run. The issue is that we didn't have like somebody who was like a 30 ball every night.
Yeah.
And that's what attracts people. That's what the unfortunate truth is. Like, I was thinking about it last night, dude. If Jason Tatum had a good final series in 2022, he's a 2-time champion, and we aren't even worried about these conversations. He's a 2-time champion. He's a 1-time finals MVP. I wouldn't have to argue with anybody anymore. The respect would be there. Sure. If he gets back there and he averages 30, then it's going to be like, all right, everything's fine. Nobody's going to bat an eye anymore about 2022 or 2024. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it just sucks. That's all.
Speaking of that Celtics team of 2023,
we'll get to that.
2024.
We'll get to the crying in a sec. I want to get to the point that you were going to bring up.
Oh yeah,
8 of 27 is ridiculous.
11 for 12 free throws. He had 50% of his points from the free throw line.
He had more free throw makes than he did shots made.
I saw SGA had more free throws made in the postseason than Haliburton had for the whole season.
Made?
Yeah.
Jeez. Here's the one thing I will say, though. 2 things I will say.
2 for 12 from 3, dude. This dude is terrible.
I know.
This is y'all MVP.
My respect for him as a human being, though, is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
When he sold Tyrese right after the injury happened, that was awesome. And the post game when they were talking for a little bit, that was super cool. Did you see the bubblegum tweet?
No.
So this woman brought a bubble gun. Like, she brought her daughter and brought a bubble gun, and everyone was like trying to I don't know if it was like she brought her daughter, but like somebody brought a bubble gun.
Mm-hmm.
And people were making fun of her for it. SGA came over and said, yo, let me get that thing. And like started playing with it and has like, and people were like, oh my God, SGA. And he was like, thank you so much. Like, that was so cool and everything like that. Like, there was a video when a young woman was like wanting an SGA autograph. And he's like, can I borrow this real quick? And he like went down the entire line of like 30 people or something. That was really cool. But it's just
I saw another video of him where he wasn't really taking like reporter questions, but there's just like these 2 young kid reporters, and he took questions from both of them. Like, he seems like a genuine guy.
I think that's the tough part is like we very much will look at them as just the basketball player and kind of almost alienate this process of like, they're a human. They're going to have these reactions. They're going to be like, who they are on the court is not who they are in person. And it's like, it's great to see like superstars being good people. Like, SGA is a good guy. Jason Tatum is a good guy. Like Luka, honestly, is like a really genuinely good dude. It's like we're talking about like people who are like, sure, not only are they really good at basketball, but they're really good people, and like they're people that you want to look at and be like, hey, that's a role model.
And I bet most of the players are probably like that. It's just you get that perception from their on court, but yeah.
And I think a lot of it is also just media driven.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, real quick, and I can't believe I'm giving him a shout out. Shout out Perk. Like, he knew. He just knew like it was going to happen. And just like, I get it. It's game 7. Nobody's questioning that. But it's your life.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take care of the body. Cap strain's no joke. But, I mean, hey, what else isn't a joke? Teams breaking up. Like,
we knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming.
We said this weeks ago. I was just shocked that they happened in damn near the same day.
I'm shocked that we got under the apron that quick.
Yeah, like literally, it felt like
2 trades. I think we're gonna have to give up
day.
JB or Derek to get under the first apron, let alone
we got Drew. As much as I love Drew Holiday. He helped us win, and every Celtics fan, as you know, remember that
I'm in the
game against Game 3 against Indy,
Game 2 against.
But at this
Game 2 against Dallas, like 27 points.
But at the same time, he was getting older. He was a little injury prone this year. He was a lot of money, so I get it. But we did get Simons is going to be good.
Simons
like
is
10
good.
years younger, 20-point per game scorer.
Better volume scorer.
I don't hate it. I don't hate the trade.
I love the trade because here's the other reason why. The 2 second-round picks, I get it. It's like, why are you excited about second-round picks? Those are assets. It's not the fact, like, it's not
You're
the
gonna
fact.
Draft someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that we're going to be like looking to automatically draft somebody. We're talking about these picks that could be in like 2030.
Mm-hmm.
We literally just saw a mega trade, or not a mega trade, but like a trade with a literal superstar involving 5 second-round picks.
Yeah.
Picks are picks.
But I just 5 second rounders just seems. I know it's assets, but just seems like nothing.
I know
we can pivot over there real quick, but how are you giving up a guy like KD and you're only getting second rounders?
Hey man, people.
Where? God, Memphis guy.
Desmond Bane.
5 first rounders.
Yeah.
How is Desmond going for 5 first rounders?
How is Mikal Bridges 5 first rounders?
Rudy Gobert 5 first rounders, but KD's 5 second rounders. I don't get it.
I think a lot of it has to do with the age.
Yeah,
the age aspect I think is a big part of it.
Desmond Bane 5 first rounders.
I'm agreeing with you, Jordan. I
saw that. I was like, this is when they said 5 first. I thought they made a typo.
You saw 5 picks and you saw first rounders, right? And then you were like,
yeah, I was like, oh no,
that's 2. The craziest part about it, and what I will never understand, is how the hell did they not have to give up Jabari Smith or Tari Eason?
Yeah.
I get it. Jalen Green is a tough loss, but it's not like we're talking about like
solid.
He's solid. We're not talking about Jalen Green being like this plus level scorer. Sure, 3 level scorer, no question about it. But it's not like he's like this plus efficiency throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get a lot more just overall base with having.
They lost Dylan Brooks too.
Don't get me started on Dylan Brooks. I hate Dylan Brooks. Do you want to know when I was most? You want to know when I was most furious? The Dylan Brooks game against the Celtics this year. That was when I was mad. If you want to ever see me when I was mad, just go look at my Twitter feedback from that day. I literally am like, I'm not. Can't say that.
Speaking of players we don't like, the Celtics also for Porzingis got Niang.
No comment.
I don't like him.
I hate him.
I would not be surprised if there's a trade in the next 30 minutes.
I wouldn't be shocked if there's been
but I gotta check. Let's check Twitter just to make sure I haven't missed anything.
I have the Shams notifications on.
I wouldn't be surprised if Niang's not on the team come preseason.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I feel like they might just use him as like another trading asset. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if they did the same thing with Anthony Simons. So we'll see. But yeah, losing Porzingis and losing Drew obviously definitely hurt. They helped us win Banner 18, and I will be forever grateful. But injuries and money, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And at the end of the day, it is a business.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But
I just saw a tweet. Cooper Flag listed the 3 players that he would want to play golf with.
I saw this.
Jason Tatum, future Celtic. Like we
just
get him in green. Just get him in green
now. Do you think Brad has a move up his sleeve tonight, make a trade for Cooper Flag? What would you give up for him?
The question is, would he pull it? And I don't know. I don't know if he would.
What would you have to give up?
Jalen.
Drew or Jalen?
I wouldn't give up.
Sorry, Derek.
I'm not giving up Derek.
But you'd give up Jalen?
I'd give up one of the 2. And the only reason I'm giving up...
I don't want them to trade either one. We've already lost enough.
I agree. That's fair. I don't have an issue. Here are the only acceptable packages that I will accept.
It's Nico, dude. Give him like 6 second rounders and call it even.
But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If Brad Stevens gets on the phone with Nico Harrison, I think we actually might be owning the Dallas Mavericks by the end of
We already do own them.
I'm talking literally like Daniel Gafford will be on our team. Yeah. Kyrie's going to be back on the Celtics. Actually, turns out Cooper Flagg is actually the number one pick and he's going to Boston. Like Brad will basically be like,
that'd be crazy.
I own you, young toy. You are my play. And it's like, give me Cooper. And he's like, okay, shit. Got it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The only two packages I would accept for Jaylen Brown is
in the number league or for
in general.
Okay.
Throughout they're from two teams. Is the number one pick Derek Lively and other things, or Stephon Castle and the number 2 pick and other things?
When they were talking about, I know
that's the one I want though.
I agree.
If I get Stephon Castle,
about the Spurs, yeah.
Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, you throw in Devin Vassell and like Harrison Barnes or something in another, like in a future pick, that's tough to say no.
Yeah.
But I also understand not saying yes because you know the product of Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him at his best. Obviously, we haven't really seen a lot of
Finals MVP,
even though it should have been Tatum. But we love JB. There's no hate on JB.
Hey, I'm repping. Come on.
Exactly. Shout out Joker. We've seen like the levels that he can be. Absolutely. We haven't seen a lot of number 1 JB, which I think is fine. Like, he's understood that. The question is, if he plays up to this crazy level this year, say if he does play to an All-NBA second team level, the real question is, how do we get back to the status of, I think this is kind of what will happen just with Drew and Porzingis leaving overall. I think we are getting back to that 22, 23 years where it's like, hey, this duo is this duo. They are the best duo in the league.
And how can we build around them?
Exactly.
Again?
It's all right. We know Tatum loves his screens. We got to keep Cornette. We know JB loves having that drive to the middle, kind of spin, turn, and then look. We need Derek. We need Pritchard in the corners. It's like we need to just find the things that work with those two.
Yeah. Do you think Pritchard cracks his starting lineup this year, or do you think they will strictly take him off the bench again?
If they take him off the bench, I really do think that's like the biggest form of. Actually, hold on. I wouldn't be shocked if they keep him on the bench this year. The reason being,
he like runs the second unit, like he's the guy.
I also can't see a lineup of the 4 being Simons, Pritchard, White, and Brown. I can't have either of them being a 4.
With Horford at 6'9", 6'10". That's a small ball lineup.
In reality, the lineup should be White, Simons, Brown, Horford, re-sign Cornette. Like that should be the 5. Or if you make a trade,
I feel like they're gonna make another move and they're gonna get another big or they're gonna get another point guard. Another move is gonna come sometime, and
who knows?
It could be tonight. It could be next week.
Maybe the move is now. Maybe it's happening right now. It didn't happen right now.
Gotta stay on Twitter. I'm having Celtics Twitter open.
I'm just gonna have Sham's Twitter open all night, just waiting for that lovely. Did you see Ace Bailey's suit?
No, I did not.
It's bad.
Really? Did you see Cooper Flagg? He just kept trying to flex his watch.
I don't know, but bro looks good in the 3-piece.
Funny. Wow. I haven't been on Twitter in a while. I'm getting crazy notifications. Is this true? Christian Gonzalez is a 95 overall in Madden 26? There's no way that's real.
Finally. Jeez Louise.
He's
finally
so
respect
good.
To the GOAT.
I'm getting his jersey for the season.
Facts. All right.
Did you see that? I saw a stupid ESPN. It was like a notification that came. It was like after the Drew and the KP trade, it was like ESPN came out. We're like, teams are now interested in Jaylen Brown. Well, no shit.
The reason why
who wouldn't want Jaylen Brown on your team?
Hold on,
I'm sure every team is also interested in Giannis. ESPN? Thank you for this useless tweet. I appreciate it.
I don't think it was so much saying that I don't think the attempt of the tweet was trying to say teams are interested in Jaylen Brown now. I think it's more so they have a lot more flexibility to make a lot more accessible trades.
Yeah, I get it, but it was just the way that it was worded. I'm like, sure. Well, you think the Hawks are out there be like, no, we don't want him. Think the Bulls are out there like, no, we don't want Jaylen Brown. It's okay. You guys can keep him. I'm sure every team in the league is interested in Jaylen Brown.
Exactly.
It was just ESPN coming with a stupid headline.
Yeah,
per
usual. The Bucks find out they can trade Pat Connaughton and literally Brooke Lopez, who's a unrestricted free agent right now.
Ooh, that could be an interesting.
He's going to be so expensive.
Who are the free agents?
He's so expensive.
Who are the unrestricted free agent list? I need this list.
But imagine the Bucks are Pat Connaughton and Brooke Lopez for Jaylen Brown. Nah, we're good. It's what? Well, yeah.
Why does it bring up? I Google that and it brings up NFL. Thank you.
In regards, so the Drew Holiday trade, I think, had a lot more plus side than it did. Like, because it's like you get somebody who's 10 years younger, you get the 2 second-round picks, like, and you also get rid of arguably the most difficult contract to move out of the 5 main guys.
Yeah, did you see he's like pissed?
I did see that, and it sucks.
It does. It's funny that he's back to Portland.
When I saw that, I was like, I thought I misread something. I was like, Portland? What is Portland doing?
I was like, then next thought I said, what the hell could Portland give us a value?
But the thing is, I thought people were going to be pissed because obviously Brad being Brad, no rumors were leaked, nothing was leaked of like, oh, Drew is going to be in Portland. Which, yeah. Brad being Brad, obviously. But it's like the aspect of, like, I thought people were going to hate the trade. And every single thing I saw it was like, I love it. Oh my God, Brad fleeced again. Like, are we surprised? No. I don't know. I think like this very much was like, all right, we got to consider future. This was
Clint Capella's a free agent.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't be shocked.
I've been wanting him on the Celtics for years.
I wanted him when he was like the Rocket days, but now I don't want him.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this free agent. J.D. Davidson's a free agent. Seth Curry.
Is he No, he isn't. I thought J.D. Davidson signed a contract.
This might not be updated. I thought he did too. Maybe he's not. Well, I don't know if this list is correct now. I'm on NBA.com.
Let me look.
I would hope this would be as accurate as possible.
Yeah, it says that he signed a standard NBA contract.
Marvin Bagley is a free agent. Nicholas Batum, that could be an interesting one.
Yeah,
Malik Beasley.
Why the hell Batum? Why the hell Batum?
But I also saw things that I guess the Raptors offered.
I saw that.
A boatload of assets plus a number 9 pick for Derek White.
No.
And I was like, who could the Raptors possibly give us? But I guess they have Brandon Ingram.
I wouldn't want Brandon.
I just feel like it'd be an interesting pairing though.
It would, but like I think a lot of it is like a lot of the trades and like primary reason of why we did not get that good of a return for Kristaps is the financials. Like we are just trying to stay financially safe.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like the Celtics have saved $260 million in the last 24 hours. Or the last 48 or 72, however many it is. But, okay, in terms of...
I was just thinking back to that draft, or I think it might have been a year apart, but I feel like Jason Tatum is what people thought Brandon Ingram would be.
Yeah, that's exactly what everyone thought.
Precious Achiuwa is a free agent. That's interesting. Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
That is somebody who I think will be getting a lot of money this offseason.
Chris Boucher.
No.
We could get Malcolm Brogdon back. Bruce Brown's a free agent. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back on Denver. Thomas Bryant's a free agent.
A rumor? KP might not sign an extension with Atlanta and just come back to the Celtics next year.
Dude, could you imagine take a little less money and come back? Bro, I would be open for that.
Dude, here's the thing. If he comes in and says, hi, I want to...
Do you think he would?
I would take a 3-year, $20 million deal. I think everybody would be like, yeah. Like, even the people who aren't really that big of Kristaps fans, it's like, if you get, like, a guy on $20 million a year who can give you, like, 15 and 10 or 15 and 7 pretty easily.
Dude, I would love to watch him come back like that. I don't know if this list is accurate. It's saying LeBron James is a free agent.
He is, but
he probably signed I think he signed a 2-year
extension. He has a player option thing. So he's like, he can opt out of that.
Al Horford's a free agent?
Yeah, but, like, that's, like, one of the things where it's, like, nobody's going to sign Al. Or Al's not going to sign anywhere else, but... So,
Luke Kennard, that could be an interesting one. You could just get another white 3-point shooter on the side. I wouldn't hate that.
Okay, let's go. I actually wouldn't hate that either. Okay, let's cover the last 2 big trades, I guess, that happened. I mean, we very briefly hinted at it, but I kind of do want to go a little bit more in depth on the Kevin Durant trade.
Yeah.
I called it. I don't want my flowers, but I do. I called it. I called it back in January. I said the best option for Kevin Durant is the Houston Rockets. And the reason being is because he can kind of become that SGA role of, I don't have to worry about anything. All I have to do is make shots.
But I guess Thompson, was that? Yeah.
Amen Thompson?
Yeah, like he's there. I'm trying to think who else. I really only knew like Jalen Green. I'm like, I feel he's still going to have to be the guy. And I feel like with his age, I mean, think about it. This is now his 5th team. After he left OKC, he went to super team with the Warriors. We saw how that played, and then he's like, I want to go do it by myself. I want to go try to build a team myself. Didn't work in Brooklyn. I want out. Went to Phoenix and said, this is my destination. I'll make it work here. That didn't work out. I don't think it's going to work in Houston, personally.
I think Houston was just the best fit. I think it was a whole lot better than Miami.
Did you see what Miami, they wouldn't give up?
Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic, Duncan Robinson, or like the 20th pick?
I don't even think the 20th pick was in there, but
it was like any.
You wouldn't give up a couple random role players for Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But I thought he would have fit in best with the Spurs, personally.
I think on paper it looks like he fits in best with the Spurs. The reason why I think the Rockets is because he can kind of really just hide on defense and really just focus on offense. You want to know who? You want to hear the list of people who have had 3 straight seasons of 25 plus points, 50, 40, 90 or better shooting?
3 straight seasons?
Yeah.
Like are on their third, or is that just
like three straight seasons all time?
Curry?
No, it's Kevin Durant.
That's it?
And do you want to know when it's happened? It's the last 3 years of his career. He's averaged 25 plus on 50, 40, 90. All it's going to do, like, I get it, the efficiency is going to drop a little bit, but the volume's just going to skyrocket. What he is going to do to allow the others to make plays is going to be ridiculous. Like, Amen Thompson is going to learn from KD. Jabari Smith is going to learn from KD. Tari Eason is going to learn from KD. That's 3 guys that you get to mentor. And then Alperen Sengun gets to continue. You get Fred VanVleet back.
I forgot about him, yeah.
Fred VanVleet just signed a 2-year deal for $50 million total. That's $15 million less compared to the $40 million that he's been making for the last couple of years. And then you have Cam Whitmore off the bench. You have Reed Shepherd off the bench. Ime Udoka has just got that massive deal. This Rockets team, I'm really high on.
Everyone was high on them this year. I know they got rid of Green and Brooks and brought in Durant, but they were the 2 seed this year and lost.
It was just they had no offense. Their offense is actually abysmal. And that's why I
just feel like KD, though, he was in and out. He's getting to that age where he'll be in and out of injury. I think come playoffs next April and May, he's not going to be the same player that he is at the beginning of the season.
That's fair.
And I feel like they're going to be a first or, at best, a second-round exit next year. That's my hot take right now, but we'll see. I don't know. It was an interesting one. I was a little surprised it was Houston. I know you said you called it back in January, but I was a little surprised.
I think the reason why... Actually, I don't know if I was...
You should have went to the Lakers.
That'd be funny. I think a lot of it, and I think just the primary thing, was just I think it really just allows him to play the basketball that he wants to play, which is just primarily scoring. And it's also an atmosphere where he can kind of show hey, the media isn't nearly as strict. It isn't that bad in Houston compared to other cities. And I get it, it's Kevin Durant. And he's going to have this almost asterisk among his entire legacy because people are going to be his 2 rings came from the Warriors. It's you can't talk about a more loved player by teammates than every single one of the 17 through 19 or 17 through 2016 through 2019 Warriors. Every single interview that I see involving a player is we don't win that without Kevin. It's Kevin is the reason we won that series or won the entire thing so easily. I get it. Their team was ridiculous. Nobody's batting an eye at that. But it's the aspect of I get it, but it's if you had the move, wouldn't you do it? If you I think people really do not realize it's if you really do break it down of just the simplicity of a situation, I don't understand how more people wouldn't say yes. Hi, we'd like to offer you a better position of a job. We're going to increase your pay, and also you're going to win Employee of the Year twice. And our company's going to do really well. Would you like to be involved? No. What? Yeah, if you had the opportunity to make $30 or $40 million a year dribbling a basketball and shooting it, you win 2 NBA titles, and you get to really just play the easiest basketball of your life, are you gonna say no? No. I get it. There's the chasing greatness side, but then there's the reality of, hi, I'm a human. So. But
do you think I'm just curious what the luxury tax was for the
Dallas Mavericks are on the clock. Let's see. Wait, what were you saying? The luxury tax?
I was thinking Yeah, how much do you think the Warriors were paying when they had Curry, Durant, Thompson, Green, Cousins? That was, I know the money has changed in the cap and stuff like that has gone up over the last couple of years. Obviously, you've seen it with the contracts, but I'm just like, they must have been paying a fortune for those couple of years. And I'm like, the Celtics had only hold this core for 2, and they had, I guess they only had that team truly for 3 years, but still crazy.
I
think it's gone up.
It's completely different, though. That's just the tough part. With just how the CBA is and with how everything has changed, it's like teams are looking at it and going, we do not want to get near that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, they know, like, everything is, like, there was a...
Do you think this would have happened, though, if the Celtics didn't sell the team? Or do you think this is new management and, like, new ownership being like, hey, we don't want to pay this?
Wick lost money.
I've seen
last year. He lost money to, like he basically put everything into the team last year and ended up losing like a ton of money to where his dad was like, didn't know about how much money he lost and basically then found out and was like, are you fucking kidding me? And Wick was like, we won a championship. Chill out. Like he
won a championship.
He broke even, I heard. It's basically like, they were like, yeah, we broke even.
We'll take it.
So
we'll take it. I'll break even for Banner 19.
I would too. I don't know specifically, or actually, wait, hold on. This Loki is actually perfect.
D'Angelo Russell is a free agent. Do you want D'Angelo Russell on the Celtics?
I really
What
know.
about Ben Simmons? Chris Paul, campaign, Mason Plumlee.
Do you want to hear something crazy? The year that Golden State won the title, guess how much they were their luxury tax payments were? The highest over the tax. That's what I primarily mean. 107. Highest in NBA history.
Oh, I was close. Now the Celtics were nearing like 300 almost.
Yeah. Well, no,
it was like 250 plus.
No, so with the Sam Hauser signing, like we launched all the way up to like where we were gonna have to pay $540 million. It was like
$500 million. That's ridiculous. That's so dumb.
Pick is in.
Do you think that?
Hold on.
I'd be mad if it's not Cooper Flag and I didn't bet on it. I need to pull this up live.
Who's it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? Apparently, it should have already happened. I don't know why it's still loading, but it should be showing.
Imagine we just get the breaking news: Celtics traded for the number 1 overall pick.
That would be the craziest moment of my life. We are still waiting.
I'm gonna be mad if it wasn't him. If it's not Cooper Flag.
Okay, we're back to saying it. The pick is in. I mean, the only other trade that has happened, and arguably the weirdest.
Well, you know how at the bottom of every team they go like
best fit,
team needs.
Needs, yeah.
The Mavs just said health. It didn't say put out your position. It said health.
Yeah, that's tough.
God, what is ESPN doing?
There was the other trade. Jordan Poole is going to New Orleans, and CJ McCollum is going to Washington. I couldn't care less more about a trade in my life. The reason being is it's like it's not so much. It's not so much I have any issue with either of the players. It's literally like we're talking about two negative franchises making a negative move. It's like, why would I care?
You think Ace Bailey goes number 2?
I heard rumors that he might not even be in the top 5.
They have him ranked as the 3rd best player.
I know, but did you hear that he didn't go to like half of his pre-draft workouts?
No, I did not hear that.
There were like teams in the top 5 that were like, we want to draft you, and he was like, no. Not going to work out.
I really want to see who the Sixers take.
I don't understand why it's taking so goddamn long to draft Cooper Flag.
Maybe it's not him. Maybe they're drafting some foreign player.
Maybe Jaylen Brown is going to be a Maverick after this pick.
Could you imagine?
I actually would.
They could make a trade after. Remember?
I have a genuine question. If Jaylen Brown,
Andrew Wiggins was drafted and then traded like a couple days later.
That is true.
It's possible.
That is true.
Here comes selection. Okay, I know who it is. I'm not going to spoil it though.
I think I already know who. Yeah. Yep.
Who do you think it is?
It's Cooper Flag. Yeah. Cooper Flag is the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft.
You heard it here first.
Duke boys, stand up. I agree. I watched him in person. I watched him play against BC. I've never been so shocked by a player in my life. I've watched LeBron play. I've watched.
I didn't watch a ton of college games this year. I watched one game. I think it was early season. I think they might have been playing Kentucky. Did Duke play Kentucky at the very beginning of the year?
Yeah.
or Kansas, one of the two.
Yeah.
And I only watched the last 2 minutes of the game when it was a close game.
Of course you
and
did. No, get out of here. I'm done.
I watched Cooper Flag.
Thank you, everybody. Podcast is... No, I'm kidding. Podcast is over. I'm done.
And I understand it was his first game of the year, but I was like, he turned the ball over a couple of times, airballing shots. I was like, all right.
I would hope the kid was 17.
Yeah, that was less than 8. That was like
he should still be a senior in high school.
That was like 8 months ago.
8 months ago, yeah. Now he's not doing it as much.
We'll see. I have a hot take.
You don't think he's going to be that good?
I don't think so.
And I fucking hate you for that. I truly mean this when I say this. One of the most impressive players I've ever watched in my life. Like,
all right, we'll see.
His instincts are incredible. Like, his spacing ability. Like, he is a somehow defensive first player, and he does it so well. And his offensive game is only going to get better.
See, they're showing highlights against a terrible UNC team. Show the highlights against Kentucky.
Show the highlights against Boston College. I was there.
Okay, BC basketball.
I'm not saying they're good, Jonah. Trust me. I know. I had to go to half of their home games.
You think ACC basketball is starting to fall off?
Yeah, of course.
So was it really that impressive this year?
I'm not saying no, because BC sucks. I'm aware of that.
I'm just saying.
Jonah, I have a question for you. Genuine question. Can you name 3 players that were drafted out of school from Boston College in the NBA? Because I can.
3?
I can name 4. Sorry, 5. But
I feel like I know one, but I don't.
You don't know any?
BC.
Reggie Jackson, Jared Dudley, Kai Bowman, Jerome Robinson, Quentin Post. Do you want to know how long of a span I just created between those 5 players? 20 years, Jonah. Do you want to know what
my take exactly?
Do you want to know what one of
has the ACC fallen off in basketball?
Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, so how impressive was Cooper Flag's performance this year in the ACC, and then losing in the tournament? He didn't win at all.
Okay,
compared to, I don't know, let's say the SEC was pretty good this year. I couldn't name you a player. Just saying.
I'm not denying.
I'm just trying to spark conversation here.
I mean, that's fair. I think there's no doubt about it that I think the SEC is a better basketball
I'm sure Cooper Flag will be pretty good. He's just so young. It's always interesting seeing these guys go into the leagues at such a young age.
I know.
When they're not really fully developed into like a ready, NBA level player. I mean, because he'll be playing against Kevin Durant, LeBron James, guys who have been in the league and who are matured. Like, I mean, look how long. I mean, I'm not saying it took long, but like, look at Chet his first year compared to this year.
I know.
Like, it takes time for these guys to develop, so it'll be interesting. I think they should bring back the rule similar to what college football has, and no one and done. Is that crazy?
I don't think that's crazy.
Second pick is in.
I think it is pretty crazy to say, but he's playing against players like LeBron and KD. Yeah, they've been in the league for 15 years. What do you think they were saying?
That's what I'm saying. I get that, but I'm just look at it. It's just, I don't know.
No, I know.
It's just you're getting tossed in. It's like having a rookie quarterback going up against
Tom Brady,
an all pro. Yeah, it's like, or even just like you're like,
the pick is in.
Duke players drafted overall: Kyrie, Zion, Palo. I forgot Palo went to Duke.
Paolo.
And now Nico is a hero.
No, Nico's just the luckiest guy in the world. That's all.
Should we start the Twitter trend with the hashtag Fire Nico back up?
Bad pick.
He's gonna wear number 32.
32? What? No.
What number did he wear in college?
I thought he wore 2.
No, he's 11.
Oh wait, I think 2 might be like
Jason Kidd retired.
Is it retired in Dallas?
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Look it up. JJ Barea. Look at their active roster.
They have 4 players with a retired number. 12, 15.
Can I guess? Oh. Well,
I'll give you the numbers.
Well, I'm not gonna know the players. 41, Dirk. Who the hell wears number 2 right now? Yeah, let's go.
Let's do
Mavs roster. Wait, I want to guess. Don't tell me. Oh, it was probably Anthony Davis. Oh, Derek Lively, maybe.
Yeah.
It is Derek Lively.
Yeah, that checks out.
He could give up his number. Klay Thompson wears number 31. That's disgusting.
They can't wear 11.
God, this team. Klay getting old. Caleb Martin.
If you
Derek
rewind this
Lively,
clock, if you run this team,
Kyrie Irving.
I know, dude.
Anthony Davis. Yeah, like 6 years. This team is insane.
If you
6
rewind
years ago,
this,
7 years ago.
Spurs take Dylan Harper, guard.
Was that expected?
Yeah, I mean,
where's
the
he
tough
at?
part is though,
Rutgers.
you have 3 guys who can only command 2 positions now. Because I personally, at least, wouldn't want to put my second pick on the bench and tell them, hey, this is where you'll be for the next 10 years. I personally would move him.
Harper?
I mean, like, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle are very similar guys. Again, the ball dominant guard, like, not ball dominant, but like.
So he thinks maybe Castle's a Celtic.
Maybe. I did hear a rumor that Philly was going to trade their pick, but it was confirmed by Shams tonight that they are not.
Dude,
which I think is correct.
Lucky.
Yes, yes and no. Like, we all knew that the injuries were going to happen, but I don't think anybody expected that they were going to be this bad.
Let alone the third pick.
Yeah, do you want to know what?
I hope whoever they draft is a bust. I'm sorry.
I think they'll probably go with VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor here. I'd be shocked if they go Bailey, just because. Actually, no, they wouldn't, because then it'd just be like Ace Bailey would be fanboying over PG the entire time.
Ace Bailey, isn't that
another Rutgers guy? Dude, you guys
not watch a lot of college basketball.
You don't even have to watch ball. You just gotta look up a draft.
Did you see the Brooklyn Nets have 4 first rounders?
They have 5.
5? I thought I only saw it was 4.
No, they have. I think it's like the 8.
No, they have 8, 19, 26, 27.
They got 22 last night from the Hawks. They have a 6 in the first round.
That is ridiculous, dude. They're gonna make a move.
If they don't,
back-to-back picks is crazy.
If they don't,
do 6 first rounders.
If they don't, that'd just be the funniest thing in the world. Be like, all right, we're just a bunch of rookies, I guess.
6 for dude. They don't even have enough people on their team to have 6 new players. 6 first rounders in
I'd say
1 year is ridiculous.
I'd say
why did they make? Dude, it would have been hilarious if they bundled those picks and tried to get Kevin Durant back.
Let me look up Tankathon because it kind of maybe
Giannis will end up on the Brooklyn Nets.
I always
tonight.
I remember I saw those rumors when it was like right around the time when Giannis was like, I'm not happy. And people were like, oh, Brooklyn. Okay. So the 8 pick is their own. The 19.
Where did they get 19 from?
Milwaukee.
One of them's got to be from the Nuggets. Who has the Nuggets pick?
Orlando.
Really?
So they got the Milwaukee pick. They also got, which was.
What did they get from Milwaukee?
I'm gonna look at that.
Wait. So their own pick is the 8th, so that's fitting because they're terrible.
Or sorry, 19th is from Milwaukee.
19th is from Milwaukee.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. So, all right. So back in the day, there was a Milwaukee, Denver, New Orleans, OKC trade. That pick was then, so it came from Milwaukee. So it ended up in New Orleans. New Orleans traded it to Portland. Portland traded it to Detroit. Detroit traded it to New York, and New York traded it to Brooklyn in the Bridges trade.
Half the league has had this pick.
Correct. It's
so funny seeing those picks that were made 10 years ago, and they're like, oh, this is where this one came from, and that pick has just been bouncing around for the last 6 years in every trade package deal.
The 22nd
pick, still on the clock.
I know. 22nd pick was from the AD trade with LA. So this pick went to New Orleans, and then it was traded from New Orleans to Atlanta in the DeJounte Murray trade, and then it was traded to Brooklyn in the Porzingis trade. 26 is just straight up the Mikal Bridges trade. 27 is OKC can swap with Houston, but it is now the Nets pick. So I think it was just Houston's pick. And they originally OKC
Houston has the 10th pick.
No, I know, but how
does Houston have the 10th pick?
That's the Suns pick. That ended up being the Suns pick. But they ended up trading
it. The Suns were that bad this year. They ended up with the 10th pick.
Yeah, but they didn't have their pick.
But they also have the 29th. But they have the 29th pick now.
That isn't their pick. That's when they talk about they have a pick. Sure, they have a pick, but this came from Cleveland. This is Cleveland's pick. This is the 20.
I hate how it just goes all around. And
long story short,
Spurs have 2 first-round picks.
Long story short, Phoenix has their pick, and it is at 10. That is their pick. It's not anybody else's. It's it came from them.
Phoenix
owns their own pick this year. But that was kind of the concern.
Which is what?
The 10th. That was
Even
in
though
the that was in
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So this hasn't been updated since last night.
correct. So yeah,
Okay.
that was in the
Celtics
Durant
have the
deal.
28th pick.
Yeah,
Do they base it off regular season record?
correct. There you go.
So if the 29th pick is the Phoenix that should be Cleveland's pick. So how the hell did that one come about?
It is Cleveland's pick. Let me look. So originally it was Cleveland's pick. I'm not going to deny you there. But it was part of the Cleveland Phoenix trade, Cleveland Phoenix Mitchell trade. Utah gets the better of Cleveland and Minnesota, and
So that's the 21st pick this year.
correct.
All right. I see how this is working.
And Phoenix gets the other. So that's how Phoenix got Cleveland's pick.
Look, the Bulls are picking 12th again for the 20th straight year.
Dude, like that's a tough.
Oh, pick is in.
Oh.
Are you delayed?
VJ Edgecombe.
How guard? University of Baylor.
Yep.
Baylor University.
It.
From the
Yeah,
Bahamas?
Yeah. I mean, it works.
Very good. LaMelo Ball leaves Charlotte?
Why would he? He's going to get paid so much money.
Yeah. But I feel like his career's just going to...
Yeah, he is kind of in purgatory. All right.
Who else has future looking at this draft board?
I like Edgecombe. It's kind of a
12 freshman of the year.
It's kind of a similar situation with the Spurs. It's like
another guard though. Yeah,
you have Tyrese, you have McCain, and you get Edgecombe, and you have Quentin Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
That should be who the Celtics get. Quentin Grimes.
You are a Boston. They should get Jared McCain.
Well, duh, but it's going to be way more expensive.
I'd buy that jersey in a heartbeat.
I know you would, and that's the tough part.
If Jared McCain was on the Celtics, God, he'd be. I hate that he's on Philly.
Well, yeah,
he's an elite athlete, he's a developing shooter. Isn't everyone technically?
Yeah, not everybody's Steph Curry.
What is ESPN? Yeah, it's just funny. It's like, oh, he's developing shooter. Giannis is a developing shooter.
Somebody
Who
tweeted,
else has no future.
Somebody tweeted, "Well, you got what you wanted, Ace Bailey, but you looked like a baby while doing it."
Did he want to go to Charlotte? Who wants to go? Never mind, that's stupid. Who would want to go to Charlotte?
No, he didn't want to go to Philly.
Why?
I don't know.
Probably better than Charlotte. Cubs are at 5-0. Let's go. Utah. Did you see that Utah was making a strong push for Jaylen Brown?
I did see that. I also just saw... Sorry, I was just reading a tweet. Like, I think in terms of... I don't know. I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't remember either. While we're waiting for the next pick, can we touch on some... have you watched any of the FIFA Club World Cup? All right. See, while you were...
I saw PSG... I saw PSG lost.
While you were watching, they did lose to Botafogo.
The Brazilian club. And then who was the other one that lost, like, pretty much right after them?
Chelsea lost.
I think that's
because they were playing with 10 men. Real Madrid, their first game, they tied some Saudi club, but they've been dominant ever since. But while you were watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals, like most of the world, I was watching the FIFA Club World Cup and watching Man City play. We won 6-0.
Yeah, you did text me that. I
texted you, I said, we're up 5-0. And then 2 minutes later, make it 6. Could have been 7, could have been 8. Man City's looking very dominant right now. They got a game tomorrow morning, I believe, against Juventus. Winner wins the group and will play the loser of the Madrid versus, I believe they're playing Salzburg tomorrow as well. So the winners of those 2 games win their group, and so the winner plays the loser of each game. So hoping Man City does not have to play Real Madrid in the first round of the knockouts, because that would suck. So I'm hoping for Madrid and City both to win. But yeah, it's been a pretty good tournament so far. Yeah, PSG, they started off super hot. Took a little bit of a downturn in their second game, but then, came back, won their third one, and won their group. Atletico Madrid was knocked out. They did not qualify for the knockout.
I got a question for you.
Round. Yeah, hit me.
How often is the Club World Cup? Because I know the regular World Cup is every 4 years.
So from what I've learned, because everything keeps changing. They had this same tournament, I believe, last year, maybe it was the year before. But after this year, it's not going to be played again until 2029. So they keep changing the format. But it used to be not this big. It's 32 teams. It used to be like 5 or 6. So when City won it the other 2 years ago, it was because they won the Champions League, and it was almost like the champions of the Champions Leagues of all the other regions around the world.
So like Europa League and like
No, it was just more like the Brazil or like the South American winner or the
True.
Asian like winner or the African League like Champions League winner. It was like
Got
all of
you.
those Champions League because Champions League is really it's just European,
Yeah.
the main one. So it's kind of the winners of all of those big tournaments played in the tournament, but now they've extended it to 32 teams and you've qualified for like your points over a certain amount of years or if you've won it previously. So that's how all these teams qualified. So I think going forward, it'll be based off of the points you're given on how you perform
The pick is
in
in.
European football over the next 4 years. So,
All right, makes sense.
yeah.
I feel like a lot
I'm
of
gonna keep talking until this pick is in.
I think a lot of my issue with soccer at times is just like I think there are just so many moving parts that aren't right in front of you. It's like a lot of it is like table shifting. It's like years worth of like game study and just like, oh, we have
See, that's why it's fun.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
to be like, yeah, we have to worry about this random ass game and this random ass day that's going to have an effect in 5 years. Like that's crazy.
But that's what I love about even just the Premier League alone is there's no playoffs. Everyone plays everybody.
Yeah.
You play once home, once away. Whoever's the best record at the end of the year is crowned the champion. Doesn't matter if you lose a game that you play in April matters just as much as a game you played in November. You know? Whereas like the NFL, it's like, okay, yeah, well, we lost an out of division game that doesn't really have an effect, or like an NBA game in October, like, oh, we lost to the Washington Wizards on a Thursday night in November. That game doesn't really mean much at the end of the year. Whereas in Premier League, you have 38 games, one home, one away. Everyone has the same exact schedule. The same, you know, it's not like an NFL. It's like, oh, this team has deemed the hardest schedule. This team has the easiest. Nope, everything is the same.
It's more so you just might have a period where it's like, hey, we're playing Man United, we're playing Chelsea, we're playing like at Man City, and then we have to host
sure.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
And that, no, for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and you could definitely have stretches, but at the end of the season, it's like,
you're going to be playing the
you played
same
exact schedule. It does get a little bit more when you have to.
Isn't that arguably the same though with the NBA? It's just literally just on a triple scale in terms of games.
Yes
and the
and
playoffs,
no, but
obviously.
they play. Wow.
Trey Johnson?
Nope.
Do you know it yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't see that one coming.
Concanipple. Wow.
He's good.
I like Con, but
He's better than Cooper Flag. Hot take.
I said Con at 4. Love it. Just a little bit of a reach for me.
You didn't see any of the Inter Miami games over the last couple? Messi's scored a handful. He had the game winner against Porto, and now we're getting to the knockout round. So Messi's playing his former club. It's Inter Miami versus PSG this weekend.
I did see
Sunday.
that. Quick question for you. What are your thoughts on the $1,000 LeBron Monopoly game?
No idea what that is, but if you send it to me, I'll give you my honest reaction. If you send it to me right now, send me the tweet.
I will. It's a Monopoly board, but it's all LeBron James theme.
Honestly, it's kind of fire.
Want to split it?
Lie. Let's do it.
$1,000,
man.
If there was ever like a purchase that you could like you could just splurge and like whatever, like do you have something in mind where it's like pretty, not like obviously if you have all the money in the world, like you could buy a house, you could buy a yacht, like, but like do you have like something like a niche thing that you'd be like, oh yeah, let me get like a lot of those? Because I feel like I have 2.
Well, I don't know if this would be considered, but I love watches, so I would just spend
That's
much
a
money
good
on
one.
watches. Yeah. You know,
I was thinking like either basketball jerseys or just like Lego sets.
jerseys would be cool. Signed jerseys. I would love to have a signed jersey collection in my house one day.
If I could have a nice
of all sports.
framed jersey, like a memorabilia wall.
Yeah, like all my favorite players, then that'd be so sick.
Bro, if I get a Tatum jersey, if I get a Kevin Garnett jersey signed, I might cry. I think he's like the only athlete that I'd like visibly freeze if I saw.
I want to start.
Yeah. I just want a lot of like those old school, like he's like the warm up jackets or just like any sort of like the starter brand. Any sort of starter brand memorabilia from like the late 90s, early 2000s. That stuff looks awesome. And always to me is like, that is an item I'd want. But
I would also put shoes in there, but I already have a pretty big shoe collection. But
how many do you have?
Not too many.
Like, do you have like a general idea off the top of your head, like over 20?
From sitting in my current seat right now doing this podcast, and I'm looking in my closet, I can see 50 shoe boxes. That's just in my closet.
I knew you had shoes. Like, I knew you had way more than me, but I did.
It's
I did
been an
not know it
addiction.
was that much.
I haven't bought a pair in a while. All right, who's on the clock next? The
Utah.
Utah Jazz.
Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey, or come on Maluak. Yeah. Come on, Mal.
Dude, I don't even know who's going to be available at 28. I could only name you one player in this draft.
It's listing our needs as center, power forward, small forward, and I agree. There's a center out of Stanford that I really want because he's like stretch. He really good vision.
I hope
really
we
good passing.
somehow draft like the next Jokic at 28. Did you see the new ownership of the new management of the Nuggets? He wasn't even asked the question. He's like, well, like if it had to, like,
he's like, if injuries get bad,
do this, but we'd have to trade number 15. I'm like, why would you even say that?
Yeah,
your first day on the job, you're like, we're gonna trade. I know you didn't say, but like, why would you even hint at like, yeah, we're gonna trade Jokic?
Do you know
one of the best players of all time?
You know who Swipe-A-Cam is on Twitter? He's like one of the big do you know like there's the player's choice. It's like that, like kind of like the big collection of guys that will do like NBA talk, but like chill, like Unk, the sports Unk guy, like Chilltown, like he's on there. But Swipe-A is a reporter and like guy for the Nuggets, and he has, I think, is like a really good basketball mind in terms of just like understanding everything and like being able to point things out and understanding the game. But he basically was like, why the fuck would you say that? It's like, what are you doing? That is the definition of, I don't know if I really feel that good about our team.
First day on the job.
Literally. All right, let's see who the
5th pick and wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm down.
Who do we think here?
I think it would be Trey Johnson. Probably Trey Johnson. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, actually, I wouldn't be shocked if Ace Bailey goes to here. I think Trey Johnson is probably the better player available. Just say probably a more consistent scorer, but we shall see.
Because what does Danny Ainge got up his sleeve?
It's got to be something good. Imagine he's just like trades with the Celtics.
Honestly, in this draft, if I wasn't getting Cooper Flag, I don't really care.
Ace Bailey.
Is it? Are you ahead of me?
Shams just tweeted it. I literally just looked.
Bro, Sham, why he know everything before the commish even knows?
What do you think?
That's so dumb, man. It's ridiculous, man. This dude breaks everything. Ace Bailey. Breaking news.
Somebody replied to his tweet of announcing the pick, and somebody just stop spoiling the damn picks. I'm trying to watch the draft selections without advance notice.
Dude,
and it's just in all caps. 44 responses. And they're basically just like, idiot, get off of Twitter.
Yeah, dude, it's so. He needs. Shams, go get a life.
Shout out Ace. He gets what he wanted and it gets to go to purgatory. So congrats to him.
Congrats.
Has it really been that long since? Yeah, it has. I'm going to address it real quick. I know it's the end of the episode. The Rafael Devers trade. I wanted to die after it happened because I was like, what are we doing? The more and more I read, the more and more I was like, okay, it sucks. Like I'm like the Red Sox have not put themselves in a position in the last 5-6 years where I've been like, good, we have a good team. We have I'm confident about this team and what they can do and our push for a postseason run. I still don't feel confident about this team. Do I feel less confident about it now without Rafael Devers? Absolutely. Do I also understand the aspect of not having to pay $300 million to a player? Absolutely. But you also put him in a shitty situation. You also put him in a situation that was like, what do you want the guy to do? You're asking him to play these, like, you say you're going to play third, you're not. And then it's just...
But, so, he didn't play third, they asked him to play first base, and he said no. And then he goes to San Francisco and is like, you want to play first base? San Francisco goes, sure.
That's just purely me being...
Like, really?
But that's just me being more mad at management than I am at him.
Like, I agree, but yeah. And then, of course, did you see when he played against, he had a home run?
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like, as soon as I saw that he was traded, I was like, wait, we play them this week. He's probably going to hit a home run against us, and it'll be his first one. Of course it was. Long story short, it is what it is. The Red Sox, I've kind of lost faith at this point. Will I still be a supporter and still, like, care about every single waking thing? Yes, but it's more so I've just thrown this year away.
I feel like we've been throwing years away since they won it in.
And I know, and that's the tough part. And it's like, but the thing is,
he's still balling.
I have a drug dealer, and his name is John Henry and Craig Breslow, and I still am going to him. It's a literal problem that I have. I am too committed to the Boston Red Sox for my own well-being. Jonah, I need you to stop.
We don't have to talk baseball.
Yeah, I know we don't, but I needed to address that.
It's been addressed. We don't have to think about it anymore. And the Red Sox lost again today.
No, they did. They got swept. I don't want to talk about it. All right. Thank you for listening to this episode. We really appreciate you. My role player of the day
God,
is
I
Randy
haven't thought
Foy.
about this.
Nuggets legend Randy Foy.
I was gonna go Nuggets.
Go Nuggets, dude.
Andre Miller.
That was the other guy I was thinking. I was like, as soon as I said Randy Foy, I was like, I could have said Andre Miller. Shout out Steve Blake as well. I watched an edit on him the other day, and I was like, Portland legend. Jonah, any final words for the beautiful people at home? How's that bet looking, by the way?
Well, the Cubs are up 5-0.
Did Seiya hit a home run?
He has not hit a home run yet, so we'll be rooting for the Cubs. Go Cubs, go! Back-to-back episodes. Where's my hat?
Get the hat on.
Go Cubs, go!
Huge.
And yeah, we'll be back soon with.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Sunday will be the next episode, just because that would be a lot of episodes and not a lot of time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we'll probably
find out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We might wait for. Obviously, draft will be over, and then we'll get some NBA free agency going.
I was going to say NBA free agency is going to get hot.
Then we can start talking some NFL.
We're coming up on
Got that coming up.
We really are. Like, we really are entering.
We'll see some NFL.
We are entering the point of the year where it's like, what do we talk about? And I think a lot of it is just going to be like, we're just going to be coming up with games and stuff, but like, it will be NFL and NBA talk.
I'm excited for NFL.
I am too. I think especially when we get to like, it will be like the week episodes and be like, all right, these were the moments, these were the things, and it'll be like really good conversation.
Weeks, yeah,
and then also obviously like the big storylines, everything like that, and then NBA, but whatever.
Fantasy football,
exactly.
Red Zone, Sunday night football. God, can't it be September already?
Red Zone, what? Start hitting
7 hours. 7 hours of commercial-free football.
Live. 7 hours of football.
Okay. Real last. Yeah, that's true. There's no more. Real quick. What's your favorite, I guess, time slot for NFL? Do you like Thursday night?
Oh my God.
Monday night, Sunday night, the morning games, or the afternoon slate on Sunday?
To me,
I know what mine is.
I have a very interesting.
I have two.
I have a very interesting take on this.
Okay. I love Sunday.
I do too. There's no question about it.
For me, though, I also really something about Thursday night football. I know the matchups aren't always great, but it's almost like a kickoff to the weekend.
Exactly. That was my number 2, but my number 1, and which is really weird. There is something about a 4:00 game that just
4:00.
My God, it puts me in the right mood. I know it's like, but here's the primary reason.
I think that's my least favorite of them all,
and that's fair. But here's my reason. You really do get to focus a lot more on the games. Like with the 1:00, it's like you have like 8 most of the time. With 4:00, it's like you'll sometimes be left with 3, but it's like majority of the time they're a good game because you get thought.
So 4 p.m. is your number 1.
Low key, yeah.
Where's Sunday night football?
In terms of quality of game, yes.
No, but like in your personal, like what you like watching, that's not even in your top 2.
Thursday's 1. In terms of what I like, but here's my
Sunday night football.
Here is my one spite with Sunday night football. It runs so long.
Jonah, well, I guess for you,
exactly.
Yeah, for you, it does.
When you move, and I'm sure you dealt with it when you were living in Chicago, and I know it's only an hour.
It's a little bit later,
but it is like when you look and you're like, oh my God, it's nearly 11, and the game is not even over yet. It's like, how am I going to go to work tomorrow?
Yeah,
I need my 7. But work from home will help with that. So, by the way, I start working from home on Friday.
Hell yeah!
I'm so excited. I get to sleep in a little bit too, which is.
I'm about Monday, Friday, so
that's
why Thursday night, Sunday are great.
That's why I'm planning on doing. So I think it will be a lot better for me, but it still is kind of that aspect. Wait, I am curious. I want to see if Shams tweeted who the Wizards.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it because they're about to pick.
Fine. My phone is down.
Not the Jazz. Oh, I got it. Do you already know?
I don't.
Can I tell you?
Let's close out this episode, and then we will announce who the pick is. Appreciate all of you for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Wow. Please comment down below your second favorite basketball player of all time. Not your first, because that's boring. Jonah, any final words for the people?
No, I hit my final words already. But I give you some final words.
Final words.
Trey Johnson, you are a Washington Wizard.
We will see you all next week for another episode of Triple Threat Talk. Peace out.